Welcome to a presentation of TimeLinx for Sage CRM by TimeLinx Software. This video will provide an overview of some of the key details for creating and managing projects and professional services within this version of TimeLinx, specifically built from the ground up for Sage CRM. During this video, mention may be made about features that could change without notice or may be moved into or out of a particular version or edition. Please visit the TimeLinx website at www.timelinxsoftware.com for any updated information. TimeLinx is a unique system for managing projects that not only focuses on the usual projects, tasks, and resources, but more importantly on project profitability. After all, the ultimate end for a project is not about managing the tasks, resources, and other details. It's about delivering customer satisfaction with quality work at a profit. After all, if you knew in advance that a project would break even or even lose money, wouldn't you simply choose to avoid the project? TimeLinx will enable you to deliver projects profitably every time. TimeLinx manages the dollars and the rest of the details with ease and simplicity and integrates those revenues and costs into a number of popular accounting and ERP systems. Ultimately, it's all about making a profit, and that's where TimeLinx excels. TimeLinx is part of a complete system that includes the TimeLinx accounting integration platform for bidirectional ERP integration with popular Sage accounting products. TimeLinx is also available for the Sage SalesLogix platform and other Sage ERP products. Because TimeLinx is built within Sage CRM, the features look and feel indistinguishable from the core product, and therefore makes training users very easy because the interface is familiar to them. Shown here is the standard company screen within Sage CRM. We are looking at the company called Gatecom, and here are the tabs that are specific to that company. I'm going to click on the Summary tab, and you'll notice first of all that TimeLinx has made no changes on this screen. There is no impact on any customizations that may have already been made to your system. This is also true for the rest of TimeLinx. In fact, integrating TimeLinx will only have a minor impact on existing customizations, and the integration changes needed can usually be made in just a matter of hours. Without further customization, TimeLinx is also fully integrated with the CRM's companies, contacts, opportunities, cases, calendars, and activities, and supports the Outlook integration. Along the tabs row for the company, TimeLinx has inserted additional tabs for storing various pieces of information for that particular company. You'll see a tab for the projects, which lists all the projects that we are in the process of working on for this particular company. There's a Task Usage tab. The Task Usage tab shows all the work we have done across multiple different projects for this particular client. As you can see, we can see the date of the work, who did the work, what the task was that they performed, where the work was performed, what's the actual time that was spent. Perhaps there was an adjustment made by the user. For example, they spent an hour and a quarter but chose to bill 2 hours, or vice versa. They spent 4 hours but decided the customer deserved a break to 3 hours. The system can make automatic adjustments based on various parameters, and we end up with a net amount of billable hours, a billing rate that's controlled by various parameters within the system, the total revenues for the services, the cost of those services based on the salaries of the user who performed the work, and therefore the profit and the net margin for every single task done on every single project for this particular customer. Of course, we can see the same information for other customers, and we can see across projects from multiple customers. We also have a list of various project tasks that we're performing that we can look up for different projects for this client. The TimeLinx tab lets us store default information for this customer, and based on user rights, I may have more options available to me here. I can see their account number for accounting integration. I can see a default hourly rate for this particular account. I can see that there is a provision for a per diem charge to be charged per consultant per day for work that's performed on site. This customer is billed for mileage, they're billed for travel, and they're billed for expenses. I can also see that the default travel time in minutes is 60 minutes to their site, and the mileage is 45 miles. TimeLinx will automatically take all these factors into account and many others when computing the right amounts to bill the client. Let's look at what a project looks like. As you can see, first of all, I have a list of projects here for this particular customer, but I can also find projects just the way I might find a company or a contract or a person simply by looking up the project number. I can also use the recent function in order to scroll and find recent projects that I've touched. So I'm going to do a find and look up a project in this manner, and I can pick by company name or by project number, or I can simply type in a couple of letters and let the system show me what it can find that matches. So I'm going to pick this GateTech 10, which is the first 5 letters of Gatecom, and the system has automatically numbered this as the 10th project. Most companies perform very similar work over and over, and likely that's a relatively few different types of work. Perhaps your company performs different types of consulting, or implements different products or product lines, and you do that same work for many different customers. So TimeLinx provides the time-saving mechanism to create project templates. Of course, you can create specific use projects on the fly at any time also. Project templates look and act just like a project, but they can be copied at will to create new projects without copying details that you would expect are different for each new project, such as the contract information. For example, the most important details about the project are the tasks, the resources, the billing method and rates, estimated times, and more. Once you have templates, you're ready to get to work by creating your first project by either using a template or creating a project from scratch. I can categorize this particular project, and had I put this value into the template, it would have carried in automatically from the template. Same thing with a type. I can have different types of projects and different categories. Also in use is the status field, and I could find open projects that are in North America that are in Sector 1 and do an analysis of profitability or work that's remaining or many other factors. This project is tied to the company Gatecom. The primary contact is David Costello. It's also linked to an opportunity. For the first time, very likely for most people, you can do a forecast to actual analysis. Because TimeLinx is in the CRM system, we've got all the actual information stored. And because the opportunity is also within the CRM system, we know what the salesperson forecasted. When two values like that are within the same system, reporting and cross-checking becomes easy. And there's one of the advantages of TimeLinx being within your CRM system, the advantage of having all the CRM data to work with when you're delivering projects. In this case, the project is even linked to a specific marketing campaign, so that I can do a marketing analysis of the cost of the marketing campaign versus the revenues we brought in on all the projects that are tied to it. You'll see projects can have a parent project as well, so there are parent and child projects. This project doesn't have a contract. It may simply have a certain number of hours that we're going to work without a contract. We can see how many billable hours have been spent so far, how many are non-billable, how many hours might be remaining. Of course, if we haven't set any to start with, we have a negative number. Perhaps there has been a contract added to this project. We can have contracts and change orders. And we can set up various dates for when this project is due to start and when the project should be completed. And I can set up various responsibilities: the primary user, who sold the deal, and who's the project manager. And in some editions, even a certain currency can be used as well if you're doing multi-currency projects. So I'm going to save this project with the changes I made, and we're going to look at some of the additional details on this project. Across the top, we can see tabs for cases, which are the tickets that are used in Sage CRM, for various communications such as emails and documents, detail about the project, document attachments that we might store, expenses, financial information, tracking of issues that occur within the project and during the delivery, milestones, opportunities, the people that are working on the project on the customer side, the project team, which are my staff, the specific tasks that we're going to deliver on this project, and here I can see the status of the task, the category of the task, the name of the task, what % of the task is complete, what's the billing rate, and you can see different billing rates for different tasks, the estimated start time, the estimated complete time, the actual time, and you can see colors change from green to yellow to red as the time gets up into the maximum zone, the billable hours, and the remaining time. I can also see who was the last individual to work on this particular task, along with the date and the last worked hours. I can see, if I have permission, the budget for the task and the actual revenue for the task. Now these revenue numbers and cost numbers, if you can see them, are calculated instantly on the fly as the work is performed so that you have instant, up-to-date profit analysis of every project. TimeLinx also supports internal work projects that consume resources and time. They're just as much a part of someone's regular work week, whether it's technical work such as maintaining the company's website, preparing equipment for a trade show, tracking daily office time, managing emails and communications, or doing research. The elements are still the same: tasks, resources, schedules, and sometimes expenses or other elements. Projects in TimeLinx can also track different human resource information, such as time off, holiday and vacation time, sick time, and more. All of these activities consume time. The differences are how or if it is charged to a customer, how costs are calculated, and managing where time is being spent by staff. And because every project has specific project types and categories, TimeLinx can easily segregate the reporting for management and analysis. The flexibility for types of projects is limited only by your imagination. Projects can be set to one of 5 different billing modes, with multiple rates within the different modes. If we look over here on the right side, you'll see this particular project is set to a billing mode of project. That means it has a unique rate, which is in this case $150 an hour, for this particular project. But a project can also be a time and materials project based on a negotiated rate with the account, based on a contract rate, based on the consultant who's actually performing the work, with different rates for every project that consultant works on, or based on the specific task that someone is performing, with different rates for different tasks on different projects. You can also have fixed fee projects with milestone billing. In other videos, we'll demonstrate how easy it is to enter time and expenses, with automatic calculations of costs and revenues, and using the service query and analysis system with various accounting integration options. Thank you for watching.